Are you looking at how to seal your bags? The first thing is, of course, you can use a Ziploc bag. If you don't have any equipment, then essentially there is the zip that is going to, help you to give you, a decent seal. But really, to be professional, you do want to seal the top as well using a heat sealer. Now, there are a number of heat sealers around. If you are starting up, you might want to look at, something like this, which is an impulse heat sealer. And when you press it down, when there's power, obviously, there is, a small timer here that will give you, a short zap that, there is actually a heat element here, and it will seal the bag. So with foil bag, if you're using these machines, two things you need to bear in mind. First is don't dial it right up. Maybe do it half heat, and then seal one bit, and then flip the bag around, and then seal the same place again, so you actually get a better seal. And with doing that, you tend to get not just a better seal, but also your heat seal is going to last longer with that heat strip. And that's lead to the second point, that these things do actually heat up quite quickly. So, maybe your first couple of bags, they don't seal too well, but by the 10th one, it could actually be a little bit too hot already. So you do need to adjust these machines as you go. But they are very handy. They're not noisy at all. And you could probably pick one up somewhere around $150 a piece, and they can seal plastic bags as well. These type ones are probably a little bit too thin, but some of the thicker ones would certainly do it. Foil bags, yeah, you might need to seal twice. So that is the first way. And second thing is that there are also bags such as this one that has got a sticky strip on it already. If you peel off the backing, then you can stick it down. These are not good because they tend to be very staticky, which means that when you scoop things in, the leaves and whatnot's going to stick to the top as you're trying to feed the spoon through or the scoop through. So I don't recommend these at all, even though they look quite nice. Then there is the cellophane bags that some people use with metal strip at the top that you can fold and zip. Fold the wire piece together to kind of close it. Those are not melt-proof. I don't recommend them at all. Sometimes the bottom can actually, the glue can come off a little bit, so they're not very melt-proof. Of course, there is good old tins as well. So, I obviously here we're just talking about sealing bags, but if you do want to upstyle it, certainly the tins are really fantastic. But there is a cost involved in buying tins. So, if you are going for a higher end market, there is a lot more budget and profit that you can, absorb that into your costing, then that is definitely great. I'm going to leave you with a short little clip at the end of this video that has got a band sealer. This is a machine that you can feed a lot of tea bags or sachets through in a fairly quick speed, in a sort of a small to medium scale production. So that is also something that you could invest on. As of 2017, one of those machines will cost you roughly about $1,000. But yeah, they are very long lasting, just like the heat sealer that we looked at previously. These things are very robust. They don't tend to have any problems whatsoever, as long as you don't overheat the element, just taking care of making sure that, the strip inside, it's not starting to burn and things like that. If it's overheated, that's usually really the only problem. And in that case, you probably just need to buy one of these replacement strip and put it on, then you're good to rock and roll again. So I hope this is useful to you. Sealing bags tips for your tea business.